My time in Portia. It's a place, not a girl. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Start new life in the enchanting town of Portia. Restore your pa's neglected workshop to its former glory. Grow crops, raise animals, befriend the town's quirky inhabitants, punch them in the face, and uncover the mysteries this charming post-apocalyptic land has forgotten. So guys, this is Stardew Valley in third person, essentially. Now, I like that game. I like Stardew Valley, and I like this game. It's not a bad little game. It looks great. It's another one of these cartoon. I'm starting to like these cartoony kind of graphic-y things. I didn't at first. If you go back a couple of years to cartoony, graphic-y kind of things, I didn't like them. I was giving them the old bell, but I've kind of grown. Maybe it's one day I'll like consoles and control. Nah. So what do? Well, you pretty much inherit your dad's workshop because he's fucked off and left you and moved to another country where he's never going to see you again, and just wrote you a note to say, hey, go fuck you mama and have my workshop. It's a rundown old shit house with holes all over, but hey, it was either that or demolish it, so I'll just give it to you because I don't really like you because you're a little wanker. That's essentially the game. So you move to this little isle where everything's nice. Everybody's ooh, ee, ha. Everybody's so nice and smiley and lovey and dovey, and they skip along the road to work on a morning saying hi. It's that kind of world, you know. Even the animals are nice. They've got these little pink llamas with little fur on that skippity around the place in the grass, and it's all green grass. There's no nastiness here. There's no crime here. There's nothing until I arrived and started chatting up Nurse Big Breasts because I wanted to have my babies. I started slaying all the little multicoloured rainbow llamas because I don't like multicoloured rainbow llamas. I just wanted to murder them all. I tried to punch the vicar as he was doing street evangelism, but all I did was disrupt his service a bit. So basically, hey, me dad left me. I'm a twat, and that's the way it is. And it is quite role play, this game. You can role play a twat, but it doesn't let you murder everybody with a sword, which is a bit of a shame because I really wanted to just be Jason Voorhees and just go around the whole of Portia killing everybody. Now that's what you need in a game like this. You need the obvious, you know, the play it properly, crafting everything, questing and all of that bollocks, but you also need to have a game where you play the serial killer and you're just like, hey, hi, can I come round tonight and make you a chair? I can. Oh, that's nice. Can I then slit your throat while you're sitting in the fucker, huh? Mac, what's wrong with you? Mac, it's a game. It's a nice game. It's a nice game. Don't make it... Alright, well, let's play it properly then. Let's play it properly. You have a workshop that makes a few basic items and you need to expand that. Guys, deep. How deep is this game? How deep is this game? Well, how long have I played? I've played it for 12 hours all today. 12 hours. Pretty much non-stop. And I'm addicted. You'll not get any more videos now for a few months. I'll just be playing this all the time. It's just, I've got to keep building that one extra thing. Do you know what time it is? It's 8 minutes past 2 in the morning. This has to go out tonight. Fucking hell, I'm still recording the... It was just like... Hey, I'm almost ready. I know the game now, but hey, can I just finish building this table? I'm almost finished. Do you know what I need to do before I finish? I need to build this little 3-wheeled taxi. Oh, I've built that now, but do you know what I really want to do before I finish? I want to go in the cave where that boss is that kicked my ass when I just had an axe. Because now I've got this metal sword and I want to kick his ass. Oh, I've just come out the cave after kicking the boss's ass, and now I want to go and do... It's that kind of game, where you just keep getting new stuff to do. You get so much stuff to do, guys. The grinding is real. But that's why you get these games. Why anyone would complain about the grind in a game like this is beyond me, because that's what the game is. This is kind of like you just doing fetch quests all the time, but instead of just going to get something and bringing it back, you're getting ingredients, base ingredients, which you then refine into advanced ingredients, which you then refine into advanced ingredients through a series of workbenches that, again, you upgrade the tiers of your workbench so that you can craft better advanced stuff to make even better gear, better swords, better armor, better contraptions. I don't know how many contraptions I've got now. I've got about 7 or 8 different contraptions, smelting. I've got leather going on there. I've got wood. I've got all sorts of stuff happening. I'm growing crops. There is farming in this. I haven't really gone deep into the farming. There is quite a bit more farming to do, but I haven't kind of done it. I've gone more into the industrial side of things. But essentially how it all works is you've got these mines where you go mining shit, and you get not shit. You can get shit in this game. You can farm shit, animal shit, and you can pick the shit up if you're into that. But I've gone into the mines and I'm mining the basic stuff, you know, like iron and tin and making bronze. But then as you go into other mines, you can get iron and more stuff like that. And it goes up, but they become more dangerous and they have monsters in it. So you need to be equipped with healing potions. Well, they're not potions, it's just like buffs from food buffs. So you need to start making food. So everything leads on to everything else, you see. And when you're building something, it usually needs about 20 different components. And these components might have base components below that. So there's a lot of work just goes into building one item. And I like that. I've always liked that. That's how crafting games should be. I hate this kind of system where, you know, you get some cotton, a stick, and a bit of grass reeds, and you can make a fucking motorcycle out of it. You know, I don't like that. I like where you, for example, to make a wheel in this game, you have to get rubber from a rubber plant, and then you have to get, I think it's bronze, and then you make a wheel out of the bronze, and then you put the rubber around that, and there's your tire. So it kind of makes sense, but it's fun to do. You get that satisfaction when you've made something quite complex, and it's really nice the way you see them being built. You have this kind of like a it's like a garage almost, and you see the outline of the thing that you're going to build, and then you just go up to it and put in the bits of it, and it builds it in real time as you were equipping the bits onto the template, which is really cool. And then you've got all your other machines that are making the bits. So you end up having to run around a lot and mine a lot and chop down trees and rocks and marble and all of this kind of stuff, and smelting it all and then refining the wood, and then you run out of money. And so to get more money, you have to do commission jobs. And there's a proper place in the town. There's like loads of shops, and there's a mayor's office. He's a right fat bastard. But, you know, he gives you work. And there's a commissions board, and there's other workshops. And you have to be the best. And I came last in my first month. But now I'm flying up the ranks because I kind of know what I'm doing now. And you go and get jobs, and they'll be commissioned. And they might say, hey, look, you've got 3 days to do this job. If you don't do the job in the 3 days' time that it tells you, you will take minus reputation, and your workshop rep goes down. And so that's kind of what the game's about. You've got to build up your workshop. You can upgrade your house. I haven't got the 10,000 gold required to do that yet, but I've upgraded my workshop, my workbench rather. I'm building some really cool things at the minute, and it's one of them games, guys, where you'll just get sucked right into it. It is in early access, and it does show that it's in early access. And here's the big problem with this game: it ain't finished. And because it's such a good, nice game, I'm not even sure whether you should be buying into early access, because it kind of spoils it. There's a lot of times I've had it spoiled for us because there's just no sound whatsoever in certain areas. It's just silence. I've switched the music off for copyright reasons, and there was no sound. There was no ambience at all. There was no footsteps. There was no speech. Some of the actual voiceovers are really bad, but some of them aren't even in there. I'm aware that it's early access, so I'm not stupid enough to be complaining about that. I'm just merely alerting you that there are issues with this game that are very noticeable as you're playing it. And it's such a nice game, it might be worth waiting till the game's actually finished and then enjoy it in its splendour, in how it's supposed to be, because there are a few holes in this game. And it's not going to totally spoil it for you, but it certainly does take away your gaming pleasure. And this game, you will throw shit tons of hours at it. I mean, shit tons of hours. I've done 12, and I haven't even scratched the surface of this yet. But I know enough to know that it's worth a buy. There is no way this game is not worth buying. It just looks great and it plays great, but you have to be aware there are some negatives in this. There are some big fucking negatives in this, and the biggest one of the lot is the boss fights. I've had 2 boss fights so far, and I should have lost both of them because I was ill-equipped to take on the bosses. But I kind of used my brain and found easy exploits. As you can see in this footage, I just kind of got them trapped on scenery. It's kind of bad that you can do that, but at the same time the combat is a bit clunky, so I'm pleased I did actually do that. Or if I'd had to fight these in the open, I would have lost easily, because I just wasn't good enough, or wasn't well. I mean, I'm not the best at third-person roll on the floor combat games, but to be honest, this one, it is very, very clunky in some aspects of the control. Not enough to ruin the game though, because the game isn't about boss fights. That's just a tiny aspect of the game. The game is about crafting. It's about befriending the locals. You get married, you can have relationships with them all, you can just get to know everybody, and you know what, they all run around doing their jobs, and it looks so cool. They all go to church on a Sunday, which is quite funny. I even joined them one Sunday. So it's a really nice little, it's kind of RPG, and you can explore everywhere and build all manner of stuff, and I'll be playing this again. I might even stream this a bit. It's a good one to stream when you're cracking on with all the people watching. So there you go, guys. That is my time at Portia. It's a good game. It has to be said, it's a good game, and it is worth a buy, and I'm going to give it a thumb up.